Getting jacked will give you celebrity status. And I know because I used to be overweight and fat. And then now that I'm jacked and ripped, I have different life experiences, right, that I want to talk about in this video. So a lot of you who are fat and overweight are missing out on a bunch of benefits of life because of your body fat state, believe it or not, okay? And once you watch this entire video, you're gonna agree with me more than likely. Okay, so the first point I wanna make is actually how you will stand out from the crowd, okay? I actually do wanna talk about King 68 the Great. If you don't know who King 68 the Great is, right, he's just a social media influencer personality. He's a guy who's 6 feet 8 inches tall. And all he does is, his content is literally just him going out, you know, to the nightlife in social settings and recording his interactions with women. But the differentiator is how women go up to him, right? He does not go out of his way nor move from the spot that he is standing in to go talk with a female. Women go up to him. It's all because of course, how he is, right? His physique and his height. Even if you remove his height, he stands out from the crowd because he's attractive looking, no homo, and because he's jacked, right? He's lean, he has abs. So like, he's maxing out all these attributes except his talking game, right? His spit game. If you notice in his videos, he doesn't really say any like pickup lines or any corny like made up lines. His combos are pretty much like normal interactions. Okay, and that's the point that I want to make. If you're jacked, people will literally place you on a pedestal, and women will literally see you and be so attracted to you to where it doesn't matter what it is that you say. You do not have to use any sort of like pickup lines or any. You just be yourself, you know. Obviously, if you say something offensive, you know, or say the wrong things, then yeah, you'll freaking, you know, scare away people. But the point I'm trying to make is you'll stand out from the crowd if you're jacked and lean, right? You'll stand out more from the crowd because it's so rare here in our country where obesity rates are literally skyrocketing. Okay, people are getting fatter and fatter as time goes on, especially with more people being here in the States. So you'll stand out from the crowd a lot, okay? The second point I want to make about getting jacked and how people will place you on a pedestal and give you that celebrity status is how your face will start to clear up. Okay, I used to deal with terrible acne, like when I was a kid, and you couldn't even see it, right? Like I have like some acne scars. But once I got jacked and lean, that if you're jacked and lean, that means you're eating the right foods, right? And if you're eating the right foods and not eating the BS foods, then you're gonna start to notice your acne problems go away. I don't use any skincare routines. I literally just shower and wash my face, right? And I'm eating whole foods. I'm eating nutritious, like high nutritious foods. And in doing so, my face is like glowing more, no homo, right? So like a bunch of your acne problems and your skincare problems and your skincare routines, like throw that out the window if you start eating the right foods. It's insane the amount of value and benefits that you get from the foods that you're eating, right? If you're eating chips, freaking cookies and candy and all these garbage snacks, then yeah, of course you're gonna break out. You're gonna have like a bunch of things that will make you insecure, right? And if you look at the celebrities, of course, they're over here lean, they have like a clean face because more than likely they're eating the right foods, right? A bunch of these people can afford chefs, private chefs. So it's like, but you don't need that though, right? You don't need money, you don't need private chefs. All you gotta do is just start making smarter choices when it comes to the foods that you're eating. So if you start eating cleaner foods, whole foods, and you start taking your physique serious and your gym routine serious and getting jacked serious, then by extension, you're gonna start to notice a bunch of your skin issues clear up, a bunch of your acne. Also with that, your health, right? Health issues. I actually have a client right now who has high cholesterol, and he would tell me how like he would just stand up and he would feel dizzy beforehand, but once he started working with me and we started leaning him out, and he went from being high body fat percentage, he actually lost over 40 pounds by now. And he tells me now how he doesn't really deal with that no more, right? His cholesterol got fixed, and he doesn't feel like dizziness or have as much headaches as he did before. And that is a very true point. Like a bunch of your health issues a bunch of issues that you're taking medication for right now will be cleared up by the foods that you're eating. If you start eating cleaner, if you start making the right choices when it comes to your nutrition. Even with me, like beforehand, when I was overweight, I used to hate waking up, like getting out of bed, because I would feel so sluggish and so tired. And it wasn't until once I leaned out and dropped and lost a lot of weight to where I started to feel more energy in the mornings. Like that's the reason why it's hard for you to get out of bed in the morning right now, because you're at a high body fat percentage level, right? And the foods you're eating too. So it's like all that stuff is processed junk food, processed garbage that's not adding value to your body overall, which by extension, of course, leads to all these health implications and health problems. So that's the third point. You will start to feel more healthy overall, and a bunch of health issues that you have right now will be fixed by just the foods that you're eating. Okay, and I talk about the foods, what kind of foods you should be eating, how you should create yourself a meal plan in other videos on my channel. Okay, because this channel is, of course, about how to go from being overweight to shredded, how to go from being overweight to jacked and lean. So all that happens when you start eating properly, when you start eating the right foods, right? You know what kind of foods you should be eating already, right? By the way, right? It's all the foods on the pyramid, but you do that sometimes, but then you also snack off and eat junk food. So it's like, remove that, right? Eliminate that, and you're gonna start to see a bunch of benefits when it comes to your health. The last point I did want to make was about how because this video is about the celebrity status. So the last point I want to make is how you will also start to people will actually give you more respect, right? And they'll admire you, because when you're jacked, bro, it just shows that you have discipline and that you have great self-control, right? It's very, very hard. Okay, let me rephrase that. It's not hard. It's very rare for someone to be jacked and lean, like I said before, in this country, right? So when you do that and you stand out more for the crowd, people will just automatically assume that you have good self-control, right? And good discipline, and that you make the right choices, right? It helps you out in business. It helps you out in relationships. It helps you out in any social setting, anywhere, any situation or circumstance where you deal with people. It just helps you out more because it shows that you are a trustworthy, reliable individual who's disciplined and who makes the right choices, right? In relationships, a girl tends to leave a guy if they start making terrible choices, right? And they start to realize they don't have the potential to make good choices in the future. And in business, of course, right? Nobody wants to be with a business partner who folds under pressure, right? Who folds under pressure if they see a freaking cookie standing out, or donuts when they go into the office because somebody brought in donuts, and then they're like, oh, they fold under the pressure, right? And they want a donut. Are you telling me you can't control what it is that you're putting in your mouth? Do you think if you can't control what you're putting in your mouth, bro, that other people will look at you and be like, oh yeah, this person, I respect this person. This is the person that I want to be like? Absolutely not, right? Of course not. Of course nobody's gonna look at you and give you the respect that you desire, right? So the reason why people don't take you seriously is because of that, right? That's a perfect example. So it just shows that, right? If you look at someone who's jacked and who looks like an athlete, right, a celebrity, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, this person knows what they're doing, right? You're gonna treat them with respect more than someone who's fat and obese, right? It's like pretty privilege, but for guys, right? So that's the points. Those are all the points that I wanted to talk about in this video. How getting jacked will give you celebrity status, and I wanted to talk to you about that because these are things that are not really talked about by other people online, right? And a lot of you guys are missing out on all these things of life because you choose to still stay fat. I'm not gonna say that you are fat not by decision, because it is by decision, right? Because you know what it is that you need to do. A bunch of these things are not secrets, okay? There's a bunch of people online who talk about tips on how to lose weight, how to lose fat, but you're being lazy. And actually, no, I do blame you. I was gonna say I don't blame you, but I do blame you, because all you have to do is just stop eating those, like those junk foods, right? Follow up cardio, freaking gym workout plan, and our cardio plan, our cardio regimen, and sooner or later you're gonna start to not be as addicted to the junk foods. You're gonna start to get into routine. It's gonna be easier for you to stick to the plan, and by doing so you will lose weight. Like, it's not hard to lose weight, right? And if you watch the rest of my videos on this channel, I literally go through my proven system of how you can go from being overweight to shredded without wasting time, without the guesswork. Okay, so that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you got some value from it. If you did, feel free to comment down below. Feel free to message me on Instagram if you have any questions, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.